Alrighty then, welcome back to Universe X, and today we're actually going to talk about my top 4 favorite leaders from Vermilion Bloodline. Most of you guys know pre-releases are going to be rolling out this weekend. I will be going to 2 this weekend, and so I may or may not have some goodies to pass around. We shall see. I need to see exactly how the day works out because, like lots of stuff is up in the air. But I'm excited to get out there, hopefully pull a little broken, get some cards for decks I want to play, get some cards to kind of, wheel and deal. It's just all little things. So moving almost directly into the selection, just going to say, like always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, think about hitting that subscribe button because I'm definitely just trying to grow and put out more and more Dragon Ball Super TCG content. So. The very first leader on this list is not going to shock anybody. And I think for what we're doing here, I'm going to go over the effect, what I like, and then maybe some things I dislike, because no leader is really perfect. So, the first thing I would like to go over is actually Vegeta. You guys all have been talking about this. A lot of people have been talking about this. But on his front side, when he swings, he draws a card. And then on top of that, well, when he does damage, you can look at the top card of your deck, and if it's mono blue, you can put it into your energy in rest mode. Otherwise, you place it at the top of your deck. And then when he is at 4 life or less, you draw 1 card and then flip this card over. So, the thing about this guy on his front side is that he's a ramp machine. And I think I should actually go over the backside before I start going fully into how I feel about this card. So his backside, SS4 Vegeta Ultimate Evolution, once per turn, again, he attacks, he draws. Same, once per turn, when your opponent activates a counter skill, switch this card to active mode. So you can get 2 attacks a turn if your opponent activates a counter skill. That's pretty neat. And then also once per turn, same effect at the front side. When you deal damage, you get to ramp 1 into rest mode. So the thing about this leader, on its bright side, its effect, depending on the opponent, is very easy to get off. Nobody in early game is going to want to counter you. Drop a card to go down to 5 cards in hand just to stop you from ramping. I mean, you might, because this could be a very big problem given the right format for it to shine in. But this guy gets things a lot out of hand. I mean, you go second, and the whole deficit for going second is supposed to be your 1 lower energy. But I mean, this guy can come in, put you out to 2 energy, and your opponent is untapping to match your energy, and the gap only gets wider there. He is able to play 2 drops on his turn 2, which is fine, that's normal. But it just gets progressively worse from there. I mean, this guy can play 6 drops on turn 4. Like, it's really strong, and there's more to this than just that. Like, the speed in which this guy can ramp is amazing. And this allows you to play a lot of blues, bigger powerhouse cards that normally you can't even think about playing in formats because you simply just can't live enough turns to put up that much energy. But on the downside, this guy is very susceptible to strong blockers. I was testing with my friend Justin, and we just put the decks in untap, and the first thing he did was establish a 30k blocker playing Dark Broly, and it just made my leader card essentially, for all intents and purposes, a vanilla. And that hurts, and if this guy gets too rampant in the format, I guarantee you'd see a surge of Dark Broly, because they can kill before this guy can possibly get everything online, and most importantly, they can stop him from ramping, making the deck just become incredibly slow for no reason. So yeah, this card is definitely a good leader. I don't think it's as broken as everybody thinks, because it's only broken uncontested. And when something is only broken when it's uncontested, it's not truly broken. It's only broken when it's like the unstoppable force, and it's not. Like, 30k Dark Broly blockers will definitely show you that this is not an unstoppable force. So there's that. Going on to the next one, I have got Broly. Like this one a lot. Once per turn, add one card from your life to your hand. This card gains critical for the turn, and then activate main, add up to one red extra card with a cost of 1 from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck, and negate the skill for the game. 4 life or less, you switch 2 energy to active mode, flip this card over, and then you have Broly the Awakened Demon. Permanent, if you have a red Broly BR card in play, this card gains critical. Okay. When this card attacks, draw a card, then this card gains 5,000. Okay. And then auto choose one card in your hand, discard it. When one of your red Broly BR cards is removed from the field by your opponent's skill or KO, choose up to 1 red Broly BR with an energy cost of 4 or less in your hand play. So here's the cool thing about this. 1, he has a very, very static and easy to trigger critical condition. Okay. On his front side, he is Vegeta from set 1, and we all know how much we love that card. That's Self-Awakening, that's an extra card in hand, and that's critical. Enough said. Planet Vampa is a field card that allows you to set up some of the more small end combo plays with the deck, and this guy allows you to snatch it from the deck early on to make it your turn 1 play. So it's all inclusive in that package, just kind of wrapped up. The Untap 2 on Awakening allows you to aggressively extend, as Untap 2 does, and so it's just kind of wild. Now on his back, his critical shifts to a permanent, allowing you to maintain your 4 life but still be able to apply critical pressure. Not only that, he's coming at you at a 20k critical, which is amazing amounts of pressure on a leader card. They have to go 10k up to block that if you don't combo, and that's a drain on resources, or that is a crit drain on life. So yeah, amazing. Now the last part is actually really wonderful, because this is the spiritual successor. I think I said predecessor last video, like I don't know English, but this is the spiritual successor to Green Broly. And one of the issues that deck had was when you destroy its chain, you are on a mad scramble to put that chain back out. And if it's late enough in the game, you can't really use the 1-drop because, you know, it takes too much life. But you also could use things like the Tragic Awakening, I think it was, where you just bring back 1. But this guy allows you on a leader card to just restart your chain and attempt to go from there. So I really do think this is a strong card. Pressure on the front is wonderful. Self-Awakening, pressure on the back is amazing. And the ability to have an insurance net for your combo going down the drain, wonderful. Next card we got here, Vegeta and Babidi. Overlord, once per turn, which is wonderful. And then you got the auto, draw 1 card from your life, draw 1 card from the top of your deck. This card gains 5,000 attack and double strike. And then when he awakens, you untap 2. Moving on to the other side, he's still got Overlord, but this time he's an activate main to draw a card from life, draw a card from your deck, and then he gains just double strike for the turn. Now he gains 1 other crucial skill, and that's to pay a green. Look at the bottom card of your deck, and if it's a Vegeta with Servant and 3 costs or less, you plop them on the field. So here's what we gotta say about that. 1, you have other leaders that have Overlord that only have Overlord on the back. This guy has Overlord on the front and back, and that is definitely cool. That allows you to function very, very well with the TP Majin Vegeta that'll come to the board, take a life, do its thing, and then get shuffled for another draw. Absolutely amazing. Now, the other part though is that this card is also wild because it's drawing you 2 cards minimum a turn, perhaps 3. In fact, if you open up with the TP Majin Vegeta, you do realize that you are playing it, taking a card from life to hand. That's 1. And granted, you know, you've started off at 6, maybe if you went second, you're charging 1, you're playing Vegeta, you're going up 1. So he replaced himself. Then you're swinging with your leader, you know, going up 1, going up 2 from your life and your deck. But then on top of that, Vegeta is going the extra mile and getting you 1 more card by putting the TP Vegeta at the bottom of the deck and getting you another card. You're up higher than you were before. It is a massive swing of cards to be able to play the Vegeta, get a card from life, swing with your leader, getting 2 more cards, and then overlording for a 4th card. Monumental advantage gain. Then, of course, he's double strike pressure from the jump as a leader. And this is just This is hyper aggression. Like, it doesn't really get any more than that. It is hyper aggression. He is drawing you massive amounts of cards. He is swinging for double strike, and on top of that, he untaps 2, and you know what that means for aggressive players. So on his backside, there's a very neat interaction. So if you guys have seen my video, and I'll put the link to that in the description for the Majin Vegeta, just kind of ins and outs, it's very good that he changes from auto attack to activate main, because on most times you are swinging on turn 2, activating his ability on swing to get the 2 cards and to go up to double strike, but then you awaken on that same turn, and if it was still attack on auto, you are auto on attack, you wouldn't be able to get that second activation. But because it is, you're able to awaken and then activate his ability to take it from life in hand, even though he's already swung for the turn. Very nice little thing Bandai did there. Then his last ability allows him to just recycle cards. So you could recycle the 1-drop, take another life, and it's double strike. Or if you have the super combo in hand and you already tucked the 3-drop Vegeta with Servant and double strike, making him a 30k swing that will untap if your opponent uses a counter, by the way. This guy is that man. He will bring that swinger directly to the board. You can swing with him, and by the end of the turn, if your opponent is not dead, you can put him back to the bottom of your deck so you can do it again next turn and draw another card. Chef's kiss. Wonderful leader. And the best part is, he's not necessarily destructively stuck to this set. He is a pretty much generically good green leader. Now, of course, we know right now his best synergy is with Ball in the Majin Buu line, but this leader could be a mainstay for quite some time. Double strike from the rip, untap 2, and the ability to overlord his own 1-drop self that helps out his scheme. We're good here. The next card is Dark, Broly, and Paragus. Once per turn, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and look at the top 5 battle cards from your deck, and you can put up to 3 of them with 30 cost. 3 black battle cards with 30,000 attack from that selection to the discard, the drop zone. And then you put the rest of them at the bottom of your deck in any order. When this card attacks, draw a card. And then when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and put this card over. Now, he's got activate main once per turn, place up to 3 black battle cards with an attack power of 30,000 from your warp to your grave or drop area, draw a card. Then you can activate battle. You can sack off your black battle cards with 30,000 or more to gain 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Okay. Yeah. So here's what we got going on here. Okay. This makes a very interesting thing. First and foremost, he is another leader that's netting you 2 cards per turn. He is taking 1 from your life. He is taking 1 from the top of your deck by swinging. And he's going to, with his activate main effect, feel your graveyard. At least try to if your deck's built right and, variance doesn't completely cuck you. Now, when he flips, he draws 2 more cards. And the important part about this, the fact that you can start sacking those 30k power battle cards and start getting attack is cool. Like, you may think, oh, okay, I can defend myself now. But the important part about it is it can potentially launch off a series of 30k swings. Like, imagine if you have all 3 Brolys on board, right? And you get a swing for 30k, a swing for 30k, a swing for 30k, okay? All of them swing for 30k. But then you swing with your leader, tribute all 3 of them for 15k more, making a 4th 30k swing. And then, as long as you had not summoned them to the field this turn, you can play them all again by removing your 6, maybe playing a Broly, using the ball, and then you have 3 more 30k swings. And 30k is already a high amount to have to block. So now you've swung 7 times in 1 turn with 30k base attackers. That is nothing to scoff at, and that could be pressure enough to break through your opponent's combo power tremendously. It's wild, it's good, I like it. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, why haven't I talked about Baby? because Baby is kind of a deck to beat. And honestly, that's because I don't really think Baby is a great leader. I think his deck is great. To be honest, Planet Tuffle is a great leader. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, we can go over his effect real quick. And, if you place this card into your leader area, activate 1 Planet Tuffle from your deck. When this card attacks, draw a card. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. He's got Overlord only on his backside. And then when this card attacks, you draw a card. But also, once per turn, look at the top 3 cards from your deck. Choose up to 1 mono blue card with a counter among them, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Then choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. Okay, so that last effect can whiff. Like, if you pick up 3 cards and there's no counter attack, or no counter card, because you activated the effect and the way it's worded, you still have to tuck a card. So this effect can literally neg 1 you at times. On top of that, he only has Overlord on the back, not the front, and having that other Overlord outlet can really do some work early game in terms of hand advantage. And then lastly, without Planet Tuffle, all of your counters would be far too expensive to use the same way. And it's the early game where you're going to get destroyed by aggro, not when you actually have access to 4 or 5 energy. So all that together, the best ability of this leader is to search Planet Tuffle. Yeah, Planet Tuffle is the leader of this deck. Baby is just the shoe shiner right there, and he can attack. So that being said, those are my top 4 picks and honorable mention for Vermilion Bloodline and their leader cards. I hope you guys like the content. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, let me know how you guys feel, let me know your opinions, and I will see you on the next installment. I'll probably do something on Saturday. Maybe I'll get a deck profile ready or an archetype breakdown, but then go to the pre-releases on Sunday and I should have some juicy content up for Monday. So thanks, I'll see you later. Peace.